and welcome to episode 17 of the Fusewrights Union. I think we're almost of legal age now.
Dear God.
I know.
We can almost vote.
We can almost vote. There's not a democracy.
It's not 1-to-1.
Duskwall is not a democracy. Down with the Empire.
We're working on it. We're making
So-
democracy.
Does Duskwall have, like, a citizen option at all to control anything? Is there, like, a constitutional imperial monarchy?
I actually
We
don't
are
think
the
there
citizen
is.
option.
I'm looking at it. I'm thinking about everything. Like, no, there is nobility, and it's literally a combination of like
Is
nobility,
there parliament?
feudalism. Literally, a lot of the land and shops are owned by nobles, or they're owned like empire nobles, or they're owned by wealthy Leviathan hunters who turned noble. It's
So, but is there, like, does the aristocracy have any control over, like, anything? Because or is the empire just personally micromanage everything?
I don't think the Empire really.
I don't think they
gives a
micromanage
shit.
much. Yeah, they're like, as
Yeah.
long as the money keeps coming in, because Duskwall is effectively the biggest like income
So
source for the
Duskwall
Empire.
is managed by a mayor, a president.
The Lord Governor and a city council.
Okay, so there's
The
a
Lord
city
Governor.
council
So I have
that
some
has
news. You know what? No, I'll get to the news after. I don't want to start the game yet, but I have some news about developments in Duskwall since last
Oh.
session.
Okay.
Um,
Do we have to quickly finish our game for writing a
I wrote.
constitution, but write a side mission for a Duskwall one?
I would love to. I also
That's
had
the
another
first
idea
step.
for a game or a one-page RPG again. Probably be one page, maybe two. About
poster. It's a poster page. One
exactly.
poster size,
One
20 by
pamphlet
40
RPG.
poster.
Exactly. I was gonna say a pamphlet instead.
Mm.
Pamphlet.
Either way, my idea was effectively, you're playing a character or characters with incredibly powerful magic, but it's incredibly uncontrolled. And the way that you do this is whenever you want to cast magic, you're only allowed to say one word, and then the GM will just say what happens and try to get it to what you want, but you can't actually tell them specifically what you want because the magic wouldn't know. So it's like a game of like guessing with the GM is like guessing what you want based on that word, and that's what the magical effect is. And it's supposed to be very powerful, but also very wild.
Semantic wizardry.
Yeah, it's intentionally
I feel like
intentional
that's limited by
miscommunication.
I feel like tables might be needed. Something to.
Oh, there are
aim-
tables. There's actually going to be a clock for the breakdown of universal time and space as you cast magic. It's going to be like, reality will break down as you cast your magic. It's going to be like big magic kind
It
of
was
stuff.
Fun couple of tables.
And I have a table for what the manifestations of the breakdown in space-time will be. Examples are electricity stops working, pigs and similar creatures all are now able to fly. An enormous alien spaceship appears. Everything is now grayscale. The sun can now yell down at people from the sky in very rude ways. The Earth is now flat. The moon is made of cheese. All trade, politics, and conflict in the world is now typically decided by playing a specific children's card game. Or other weird things, like mythical creatures exist. The ocean turns into Mercury. There's basically going to be a balance between comedic and
that's-
apocalyptic.
I have two suggestions. Literally Cthulhu
Yeah, there might be.
and Schrodinger's cats.
Like, yeah, electricity stops working, gravity stops working are two of the ones I've written down. Like, they're all going to be
Plus,
big
isn't this
deal.
also
Yeah,
a
so-
matter of PCs knew this was happening and nobody else had any idea that anything had ever changed.
That's my idea. My idea is like, and the world rewrites itself around the new laws of physics.
So when you say Schrodinger's cats, do you mean that like unless things are actively observed, they just don't exist? Like,
Yeah, that's a weird thing to add to a table because that's just a short story to explain something about electrons that
Yeah.
you don't really know where they are.
Only things observed by the PCs are real. Everything else is theoretical.
Everything else is theoretical. So yeah, I've written down some ideas for like the type
That's
of
kinda
big magic.
true
Like magic
anyway.
missile is not a
Yeah,
thing that this magic would
basically.
do. This is more like a magic nuclear missile than a magic regular missile. So I've written down like stuff. I've also written down advances, so how you can add extra words to what you say for the magic to get some more control over it. So it's cool.
I'll read it.
Yeah,
I'll see
I need
what
to
it
write
is.
it after all of my other stuff, but I have it written down.
I've thought more about our dumb politics game. I put the working title that I don't know came to me when I was talking to my girlfriend's brother of Cabinet Battles.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That would be great. There's
Still
it could be in a similar style. There's I think, isn't there a game where it's a board game technically, but you effectively randomly generate products and you have to try and sell your product.
Snake Oil.
Snake Oil, yeah.
Yeah.
It could be like
I was
that.
thinking it'd be a game like that where you're like trying to pitch it to one person, something
Yeah.
like that, but it's like a law. So that's why Cabinet Battles, it's like, hey, I'm the president, convince me to go forward with this law.
Yeah, and here's these two ridiculous laws or multiple ridiculous
Yeah.
laws, and the president picks one, and the president would probably also rotate each time.
Yeah.
Sort of
Well,
like
of course,
Snake
they're
Oil
German.
meets Secret Hitler without the Hitler.
Yeah. Or like
Or
Snake Oil
Nazi
crossed with
regular Hitler.
Snake Oil crossed with Cards Against Humanity.
In a way, yeah, because the president would pick.
But once again, only for 4 specific nerds. It's very small target audience.
That's why you charge an exorbitant amount of money.
Yeah,
That way you get your money
$1,000 per download.
Yeah. You could get it for 10 easy payments of $100.
No, 12. 12 easy
12.
payments of $100 spread out per month.
Exactly. Listen, you've heard of a
If
car
you-
payment.
You're
Here's a
worse
game
than the
payment.
phone company.
I say you just build it with 10 rules and charge $100 per rule.
That would be great. And the thing is, with the right marketing, if like the Cards Against Humanity company did that, it would actually sell somehow because they just yeah.
But they also kind of suck.
As a company.
Yeah, well, they're like they do a lot of like performative shit and then just like fire people randomly and stuff.
Oh, they do.
No.
Weird.
I don't know. They're not good at retaining people for assorted reasons, and that isn't. It's
I think their performative stuff's hilarious though. Like one Christmas literally sold bullshit and it was cow poop. Like and they
Yeah.
said this is literally cow poop that you are buying from us. People bought it.
Yep.
yeah.
It sold out actually.
Yeah, it sold
Yeah,
out.
it's like the Supreme and their stupid bricks. It's all just marketing.
Yep.
It's all marketing.
I have been playing Final Fantasy XIV. I finally subscribed. Many parts of it are good. I enjoy the game. I am still playing through the original, like, vanilla storyline. It has its good moments, but there's so many random errands. At one point, in order to just get to a thing I needed to get to, I had to uncover 2 conspiracies to convince these people to let me in to this place that they didn't even control. It was just more like, okay, we're not going to look bad on you for doing it. At one point, I had to gather a crystal to get through a force field, basically. And it had to be an ice crystal because it was a wind force field. And that
Your magic
apparently-
ice key.
Yeah, basically. Unfortunately, apparently, I went to go get a crystal, and the guy was like, oh, you need an ice crystal. Well, it's a fire crystal. It's not going to help you. Go find someone else. And then I had it happen again, where they were like, oh, this is a wind crystal. It's actually going to make the force field stronger. Go find someone else.
So it's all just randomly generated quests that are.
It's not randomly generated. Someone wrote this.
Someone wrote this. Okay.
And then they lampshaded
This is
it.
intentional
with-
horseshit.
Yeah, and then they lampshaded it with the last time someone was like, oh, this earth crystal. I'm just kidding. It's not an earth crystal. It's the one you need. And I was just like, that doesn't make it
Crystal would
better.
Make more sense.
It actually makes it worse because it means you're aware of how bad this is, and you're making us do it anyways. But I'm almost done. I think,
I
done.
mean, it's an
And
easy way to. If you're tasked with making so many hours of content for the first level of this game, it's like, let's double down.
It
on some of
is,
these quest
I
lines.
would say, slightly better than Anthem's okay, cool, now just go do a bunch of these like achievements and challenges in the world while we wait for the story to then resume thing. They had that. I played it. I did it. It
So there's a
was
timer.
actually I liked Anthem's better, even though that was worse. No, it wasn't even a timer. It was just do these completely unrelated achievements and
So
like
it's
challenges.
time filled. You have to like check 7.
Yes, that's
random
literally what it
credit
was in
cards.
Anthem. But I liked it more, even though it was actually worse, because I liked the gameplay of Anthem more than Final Fantasy. But yeah, no. It has its good moments. I am told it basically is nothing but good moments later. I am currently in the worst part of the story, and that's in the like level high 40s. That part. That's the thing.
I've been playing Control for the past week, and I still can't tell you what the hell it's about.
I have.
You're in an infinitely large building,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some trans-dimensional nonsense coming through, and you have to stop it. That's about as good as I can get with it. Other than
Honestly,
that, like there's a disc that lets you like it's a floppy disk, but it's empowered with something, and that allows you to have
There a
like I
ghost
think
in the floppy
telekinetic
disk?
powers.
yes, I am that far in the game. I am I am only a couple hours in, and then I paused because I had other games that I wanted to get back to Control later.
Yeah, like
Honestly,
it's bizarre.
I like it, and it is more interesting and original than most Cthulhu mythos. Like it's like it feels more horrifying and more like unnerving, and one could lose their sanity if they were actually in that world. More than in my opinion actual Cthulhu stuff. It's more just like, oh, you read a book and you go insane, or you read this letter and you go like this weird symbol and you go insane, versus the stuff in Control, which is more interesting.
Is
And
it
Yeah.
supposed to be Lovecraftian?
no,
It's
it is not.
really, but
I'll let him
there's
aware.
that whole like extra dimensional invasion thing going on, you
Yeah.
know?
So it
There's a
has
bunch of
Sci-fi
stuff that you
version, okay.
don't understand, and so Control is like there. It's a bureau of control made to look like some kind of like governmental agency, right?
yeah.
And there's a director, which I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a director of this thing, and there's a board that oversees the entire thing. But when you talk to the board, they don't speak English, and the subtitles are like there's like 3 or 4 translations for the keywords in the translation,
Yeah, like they might
which is
also
very
be
strange.
eldritch things too. Yeah.
Yeah, they're extra dimensional but different than the bad
Extra dimension. Yeah,
thing.
they're extra dimensional
Just
law versus
are
extra dimensional chaos.
extra-dimensional.
It's
It's a
I
good
like the
game though.
game.
It
I'm
definitely I'm down the rabbit hole with it, and it's interesting.
I liked
So
what
the
I played.
gameplay is just all like puzzle solving, basically.
It's actually action oriented. There is some puzzling to do, but it's mostly action oriented
With some shooting and also effectively with the telekinesis force powers.
Yeah.
Nice.
and
I've been,
upgradable weird weapons.
Yeah.
I've been playing the exact opposite of those games because I bought Crusader Kings 3.
Ah, I
That's
heard the
next
good
on my list.
reviews.
It's pretty good, but it's also like super brutal.
Oh,
Like playing on normal, I tried what was the name of the guy? Like the King of England during the Norman invasion, right? So you're getting invaded by not only the Vikings, but the freaking Norsemen, or not the Norsemen, the
French.
yeah, the French basically. And then all of a sudden, like I'm fighting these two off, like, oh sweet, I'm winning. And then like all the other tiny petty kings are like, yo, I'm gonna fight you now because you're weak. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
Did they patch out the infinite divorce exploit?
Wait, what?
oh, I've
So
heard about that. I
basically,
haven't tried it.
Yeah, I watched a thing from Spiffing Brit about it, and basically he was like, you find someone that you can marry that's rich, and then you marry them, and then divorce them, and marry them again, and divorce them again, and keep going because every time you get more resources from the marriage.
Yeah.
yeah,
You could
the
choose
infinitely
money or
replicating dowry.
prestige. So you could duplicate money or duplicate prestige, and depending on your government type, you either need money or prestige to build buildings.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah.
Is building buildings a new thing for 3? I don't think it was in 2 that I knew of.
No, you can
Uh,
build 2.
Okay,
can
then
build it,
I
but
did not learn that. I need to watch like a super in-depth tutorial for 2. But
yeah.
3 just might
Like,
be my
that's
best
solved with
entry
3,
point.
supposedly. Like it's the barrier to
That's
entry
what
is much lower.
I read the review and even the images like oh, I just know what this is at a glance.
Mhm.
Unlike
I also
2.
like how for 3 they released some of their stuff early for modders. So there's already like a bunch of
Good.
mods out there.
Good.
Like
Nice.
there was a World of Darkness mod for CK2 that there's already a World of Darkness mod for CK3.
It's
So you
like
can play as
playing as
vampires.
vampires and doing vampire
Yeah.
politics.
It's like it's a different world where like vampires are real and a lot
I
of
want
the
to do
world
Vampire
leaders are
Crusader
vampires.
Kings. That sounds really cool.
I haven't
I
played it
want to
yet.
have a Mortal Coven.
Yeah,
It's
that does actually sound cool.
yeah.
Sounds really cool.
From what I read, it's like because you're a vampire, you're immortal, but also like it's very, very hard to have kids. So I think they do something to the gameplay because if you die without an heir, typically it's like you're done. But I think vampires it might be different. Like you might be able to elect
A
other
point.
people that aren't
Yeah,
in your
sire somebody
bloodline.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Having kids is easy when you're a vampire. It's just make a new vampire.
that might be how they do it. But like
Yeah.
the whole like
That
having
sounds
an heir
cool.
is
I gotta
hard.
look into that because I want to do a Mortal Coven Crusader Kings.
Mhm. But yeah, it's fun. I gotta learn how to beat the AI without the AI beating me.
We've resumed our Final Fantasy VII playthrough. There's a lot of grinding,
That's the worst thing
merciless
anyone can
grinding.
say about a game.
Ugh. I enjoy grinding. It's nice and easy, and I can listen to a tape book. I just like watching the level numbers tick up.
Also, we're using a
You play a
walkthrough
lot of
because we're
clicker
not.
games, don't you?
Oh yes.
We're using a walkthrough, which as soon as we started using the walkthrough, realized we're glad we're using the walkthrough because we managed to get Yuffie on her first try because of it. And she's OP. She's a lower level than everyone else and stronger than everyone else.
Oh, I
you
don't
lose
know.
Zen? No, okay, you're back.
Oh,
All
No, the
right.
game I've been playing mostly is Crying
What's that?
Suns, once that came out, because I am interested in the story going forward, and it's a good way to actually get you moving forward, as opposed to FTLs. Yeah, you beat it, now try and beat it again.
oh,
Yeah.
Also, I think the pixel art of Crying Suns is some of the most beautiful pixel art I've ever seen.
it looks really cool.
Yeah, it's like sci-fi gorgeous pixel art. I have played the free demo they put out. I don't know if it's still available. It was during like Steam's. Okay.
I'm looking on Steam right now. It still says free demo download.
Yeah. Play the free
So
demo.
cool.
It's really good. And it's like the full first. What do you say? Half of the first chapter, which is still like a few hours.
No, it's the full first chapter.
Well,
Except for the final boss battle.
Oh, it ends right before the final boss battle.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, it's
Oh.
basically the first full chapter.
No, and the story's really good. It seems really basic and like you can predict going all the way through, but at the same time, there's this undercurrent of something isn't right here, and you're waiting to try and figure out what that is. So you're waiting for this huge flip, and you know it's coming, but you don't know what it is yet. And it's a very good motivator to drive you forward to catch just a little more of the game.
We might have lost Zen. At least his camera's frozen. Are you there? Okay, no, we lost him.
Wouldn't be Sunday without technical difficulties.
We've gone a few weeks without technical difficulties, but
Well, I mean, either technical difficulties or we start and there's no sound.
yes, that's true. I would call that technical difficulties. And you're right then. Never mind. If you count the no sound.
However, we're also having a bit of issues with Indigo, whose cameras keeps freezing periodically.
Oh, it's
Oh.
fine for me.
Not on my end.
Okay.
I don't know. Change cameras.
I think we might. Zen, are you back?
Oh, yep. I see you.
I see a camera. I need to.
I think it's fast forwarding
back?
to catch us back up.
Okay, I think you might be getting back. Yes.
Oh no.
Sam?
Bueller.
Okay. I think he's typing a thing. I don't know if he
Oh.
can hear us.
That's
All
a
right.
good question.
We're gonna be right back. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna deal with this. I will stay
Are we?
online unless we.
Do we need to do anything?
I don't. I'm just gonna.
Or just
It looked like he typed something and then
we
went
could vamp
away.
for a minute.
Oh,
Did type something.
Our vamping is discussion.
Oh,
of
okay.
whether
He
or
is.
not
He'll be right back. We're not going to be right back. He'll be right back. Cool.
the discussion
speaking
is
of,
whether.
I was gonna say, speaking of vamps, I'm excited for when we play Curse of Strahd.
That's a totally different game. I mean, I am too. That's a totally
I know.
different game, though. I guess I could give you guys a review of like what's going on, what's happening now in Duskwall, because oh boy. So I have
Who died?
you might want to write this stuff down. I have like 8 updates.
Oh, there's
Oh,
a
no.
list. All right, this is the first time we've had homework.
Breaking news.
It's up to you if you want to.
Well,
Yes.
we
Writing.
ignored all the other breaking news, honestly.
So this
Yeah.
is not.
Happening. That's
Many
nice.
of these are not actually public news, but you will have heard about them. For example, the first one, the Crows and Bluecoats will be setting up some kind of meeting soon. You don't know the details, you don't know anything, but you are in the same district as them and have heard about this, and people are talking like they're gonna talk. Maybe they're gonna have some kind of peace treat or deal, or maybe it'll all go south and there'll be a shootout. Who knows? So they're gonna be meeting soon. Crows and Bluecoats. Scovlander refugees, they will have contacted you and let you know they have now taken over most of Tar Hollow. All that is left, Strangford Manor. They would appreciate your help.
Is that in Charhollow?
Yes. Yes, it is. In fact, Strangford also owns a lot of the land around the manor, which the refugees have now taken over. Now they want to do the finishing blow and take the manor itself.
What faction is he with?
Lord Strangford is...
Yeah,
Didn't you with his niece? His niece was the person who took our house from us.
Yes. She was living there. She no longer is.
Wait, but she
Hell.
moved out of the mansion she kicked us out of?
No, she moved out of Lord Strangford's mansion into your former mansion.
Oh, isn't he with the like high tier?
He's
people?
one of the city council members and like the most powerful Leviathan hunting family in the city. So the refugees apparently think he'll be away, basically. He's going to be away, or he'll be at least away from his house, and maybe he'll be out of town, they have heard. And they think that's the opportune moment to strike.
All right, so we could build some guillotines for that.
Yeah, and they actually haven't decided yet if they want to control the manor or just blow it the frick up.
I vote option 2.
Yeah, that seems the easier option because there's no way they could hold that mansion.
It is gated and protected, so it is actually not out of the question to hold. So let's keep going. There's more.
Okay.
The Spirit Wardens have reestablished control over the Master Warden's estate, and the new Master Warden has moved in and is setting things up again. So they've cleaned up the goo monster and managed to deal with it.
Did they clean up the goo monster, or they just leave it to the first floor by itself?
They have cleaned it up. They have. They probably haven't directly made a news statement about it, but that would be in the news that it has been cleaned up, and the Ink Rakes themselves are like, "Hey, just so you know, this is gone now."
Yeah. They probably wouldn't have said like goo monster gone, or they probably wouldn't even know there was a goo monster.
Yeah, they wouldn't have like. It's the goo monster itself is distinctly, literally visible from the outside, or was, so people would have known. But the Spirit Wardens would be like, would try to keep things as quiet as possible.
What goo monster?
Yeah,
That
it's
just
a cooking.
cold trouble.
It's just a bad recipe. It's our chef left the oven on too long. This is what happens with fancy
There
food.
is no goo in Bossing Say.
So the Silver Nails contact you. They have agreed. Tuhan, not long after you finished this thing, Tuhan, who's the guy you talked with before the Silver Nails, has convinced the leader, Sarish, to meet with the Union and discuss some sort of agreement. I am undecided between this being an actual score or honestly just free play. because you crit for convincing him. So this might not even have to be as big as a score. When you get back, I don't think it takes you long. I don't think they realize immediately, but probably shortly after you get back, you realize Talker, one of the morning shift, has gone missing. He's
Talker?
one. Yes, his name is Talker, and he's one of the people you left behind. Like one of the handful of people you're like, all right, stay back, guard the place, don't leave it completely undefended. When you get back,
Still on the boat.
you didn't bring. Yes,
We didn't bring everyone. We brought like some of them, but not all of them.
I don't think you're like stuck on the boat. It's more you can now be on the boat though and do stuff. But when you get back, you'll hear about this.
Oh, I thought we were doing this job, a little bit of boat time, and then the vultures had a job they wanted us to.
They do. They do want your help to rob a train. That's another thing.
I thought it's the same night. It's my
Oh
mistake.
no, it's not the same night. They're not ready for tonight.
Oh, okay. That makes
We have
more
our
sense.
downtime to do stuff.
Yes. I think that's everything that you will have heard about. So lots of stuff. You have downtime to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing with my first downtime because I told you I'm doing it last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I insight training and take hunt to 4.
Nice. So with that mastery immediately paying off.
I shoot good.
You do. And track good. To your own detriment. Okay. So that's your first downtime action. Hicks, did you use one last
I
session?
don't think so. But no one did
I don't
any
think we-
downtime.
No,
Okay.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
we didn't.
Cool. Who wants to do a thing next for downtime?
Well, I still have my stupid hand to heal.
Your hand is still fucked up.
Yeah, it's still there. It's a pain in the ass.
All right, I suppose I can take a look at that.
Your
if you need
cream.
me to. I mean, it's not my fault that you are sensitive, and
It was your cream.
yeah, but the thing is, like, no one else has a problem with the damn cream. What's wrong with you?
Listen, you
Allergies
didn't tell
are
the doctor
your
your
fault.
allergies.
Yes.
Like, update your medical history, dude.
How was I supposed to know your experimental hand cream would cause an allergic reaction?
All right, you don't have anything that augments this in your
No, I
weird
do not have
powers, do you?
magic healing
Okay.
powers.
Just making sure. All right, so that's just +1 for my physiker thing. Got it. Whoop. Well, that's 4.
That's a 4. That's 4
Two
ticks, right? That's how it works.
No.
it's
That's
2,
two
I believe.
ticks. Sadly.
Actually, yeah, it's just 1 tick.
Oh, is it
No,
1?
3 for a downtime action. 1 to 3
Oh,
is
right,
1 tick.
Healing is
Yeah.
different, right?
Downtime actions are different than.
Do I have to spend?
Speaking of spending coin, I refunded the crew the healing coin from last time because I forgot to get paid by Mercy.
Yes, you got a coin for mercy. But yeah,
Hey, do we want to spend a coin and see if we can fix you
more.
fully?
Yeah, there's no point leaving it half done because I'm just gonna get hurt. and
Here's
it's
some
gonna be-
antihistamines. Just
All right,
Don't
give it
sneeze.
another shot. There's a 5.
another
Five.
That'll
2.
fill it.
the last 2 ticks. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Clear this allergic reaction to cream. So it was like a month of just like swollen hands.
Yeah. Ouch.
I guess I'm gonna spend one of mine going to see Stasia and healing up my slashed arm to get that down to 1 harm instead of 2. So I think that's just 3 for her, right?
Well,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
you add 1 to yourself?
Her
too?
quality is normally 2.
Yeah. And it's +1 for physiker, so.
But
yes.
she's part of our gang, isn't she?
Well, the whole gang is.
Well,
now
she's a
bigger.
friend, so
Yeah,
that's another
she's
+1.
both. in this case.
So that's
While
effective
she is
4 dice.
treating you, we can make it roll first, but she wants to talk to you while she's treating you.
Perfect. No notes, just fortune 6.
Nice.
What? How many is that?
That's 3
That's
ticks.
3 ticks.
3.
3 ticks. Okay, that fills the clock because I still had 1 filled from last time.
Nice.
Yeah, the last job caused no injuries and like
The
next
last
to
job
no
went
stress.
spectacularly.
Yeah.
So we'll knock that down to what, like sutured arm?
Yeah. Just don't get the wound open again. So yeah, while she's treating you, are you guys like? Are you down in the like old kitchen?
Oh, it's in
Or
the kitchen.
In the
yeah.
kitchen. Okay.
Yep.
You're probably off to the side. Like I don't think there's a separate room for you two or anything like that. Like you don't have
Yeah,
that.
there's like the cook's office, like the little glass box that's up there. Have you seen like the industrial kitchens where they sometimes have an office for like the person that's actually in charge of the kitchen?
I have not, but that sounds great.
They're tiny and they're just like in a kitchen. They're hot and always gross.
Sure. Okay. You two are there. And I think she says, Brian, I just wanted to thank you. Sorry I didn't have the chance before now for what you're doing.
Yeah. Things have been difficult lately. No need for thanks. I did it more for myself than for anything.
She looks at you in like there's a flicker of something, and she treats you for a bit, and she continues quietly, and then she says, "We do all appreciate it, you and the union and what you're doing. And should we talk about what happened?"
What happened? We had a little fun. It got a little out of control.
I wouldn't call either of those two statements quite accurate.
Yeah, well, it's in the past, right? We'll work forward from here. She's just staring at me.
Yeah, she's like, that's exactly what she's doing. I'm still playing her right now.
Yeah.
Says,
listen, things have been strange lately. Of course, you know, that was Sira that came in and found us in a new body, apparently. It appears her brother found a way to bring her back.
sure, you have a lot of feelings about that.
It is less than ideal. However, I have my own plans. And I intend to even the playing field.
Griner, are you okay? Your wife is the whole reason you're doing this.
I don't care anymore. My wife, is dead. Whatever that is not her. And I am still seeking recompense for what is taken from me.
I see.
That is the only thing that matters now. Making sure this doesn't happen to more people. And unfortunately, as you can see, I'm worse for wear in trying to surmount the challenges before me. So, like a scientist, like we do, I am going to improve myself.
How?
However, it's possible. There are a few avenues open to me. But what has been made perfectly clear is that I am not as young as I used to be. I'm slowing down. I do not have the physical fortitude to see this through.
She she stares down and sort of to the side for a bit. I see. Don't let me get in your way. And she finishes patching you up.
You won't. Hopefully nothing will.
Hopefully. They're all good
You
now.
should probably get back to work. There's much to do. And you are the only person on this team I actually trust.
Doesn't say anything more than just, yeah, the small, like, appreciative snicker.
Make sure the rest of them don't get out of line. And if they do, let Hicks know.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just leave.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that was your downtime action. Adric, we haven't seen one from you yet.
So I would like to go visit Lord Skurlock in order to open a clock of convince the demons to attack the whole warehouse.
Okay.
Sending the demons after the Sparkwrights. All right. Great.
Not involved with this.
We'll see whether or not this is a downtime action or not. It might end up being free play. It might be a free play that leads into the ability to do the downtime action in the first place. You go up and ring the creepy doorbell with the
Yeah,
ominous
basically.
chime. Perfect.
Wander up to the front door and, knock, ring the doorbell. Yeah.
Okay. The door, as expected, creakily opens itself, and you hear Skurlock's voice say, "Come in." You step inside.
Okay. I enter and, give a nice, polite, formal bow and,
Yes. You see the very tall and imposing dark Lord Skurlock just inside. He is lounging. There's two chairs. Him and someone else are lounging, drinking a mysterious liquid in front of a long dead fireplace.
As mentioned, I give a bit of a bow and Lord Skurlock, forgive the intrusion on your time. I needed to talk to Satara in order to propose a deal, and I was wondering if it would be possible to get in touch with her through the fountain that the Union used before.
You presume much, Mr. Karstus, but you're welcome to try. You see, the demon has been busy, may not be able to answer your call. The door is unlocked. He just gestures to the way downstairs.
Well, that sounds like dismissal, not a chance to ask more. So sure, I'll head on downstairs.
Sure, yeah. Everything seems mostly the way you left it. There is this basin of water in a single alone room, and it looks like, if you didn't know any better, it looks like ordinary water. It looks normal.
And I don't
What do
think
you
that
do?
I was even around when they were talking with them. I left, so
Yeah, I think you just heard about it.
yeah. I have no idea how to activate this thing. I do not remember what happened.
Last time you guys, like last time the rest of the others spoke, it looks like she already, it almost activated itself last time. Like she was ready to hear from you.
Okay.
Stick
So
your
I
hand
guess
in the
go.
pool.
Yeah, go in
Knock on the
there, take
water.
a look at the water, see if anything's going to happen at all, and if nothing does, I guess I'll probably kind of like stick a finger in, or actually
Check
no,
your
before
hand.
touching the thing, ask Satara.
It sounds like you're trying to attune to the basin.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Finding the right action is an attuned role.
That's true. Yeah.
Like,
I'd also
find
say-
the magic gesture.
I'd also say, when in doubt, get a fishing pole and start fishing.
What would be the bait? Just a spear warden mask on the other end? Just like
Yeah.
Heart.
Bring the ghost jar.
Just dunk
Oh
the
yeah, I
ghost
meant to
in.
tell you. The unseen will have contacted you and let you know that during one of the more confrontational acts of their takeover, the jar was smashed and Wolf Ironborn's ghost escaped.
Damn it.
Who broke the Viking ghost jar?
It was on a desk. Things
Who did this? They should be fired. They should
they
be
probably
fired.
were, or killed and replaced.
They should be put in a jar.
I blame the Silver Nails themselves. I say that they did it because they weren't happy with our negotiations. Oh wait, but then the Ghost Pact would have triggered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do let you know though. They are polite enough to do that. Even they know of your beef of Ulf's beef with you. So you can add that to the list if you want to. Are you trying to attune Adric?
Yes, I'm trying to attune.
Cool. This is definitely free play. So I think your position here is risky. And your effect, standard. This works, you can just talk to her.
Now, if you wanted to be desperate, you could cut your hand and drench the pool.
That'd be a
Yes,
devil's bargain.
harm
Level
for a
1 harm.
die.
Level 1 harm, devil's
Yeah.
bargain. That's a normal thing.
How about anything else for those, more ghosts that don't like us? Let's get these
No.
ghosts.
I don't think we need that for this. I think the level 1 harm is my devil's bargain offer.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to take level 1 harm.
But
Risky
you
standard
ignore
is
level 1 harm.
Yeah, the question is to push myself. No, I don't think so. We'll see how this goes.
Okay, cool.
Well, it worked.
Okay.
Ish.
So with strength and speed even greater than yours, as you are you look closer to the basin and you see movement. It looks like it's almost all showing you what is about to be a vision, or like you can see something almost like looking into a crystal ball, when a hand, black and scaled, reaches out, grabs probably you by the face, and pulls you into the basin.
Cthulhu Fatagan.
God, that's like what's it called from Harry Potter where the wizard can like take their memory?
Yeah, it's like a pensive just reaches out and grabs you and pulls you into it. Except that when you're underwater for just like a second, and you come up sputtering for air, you are on a small rocky outcropping.
You're in the demon world.
You're not in the demon world. You're in Duskwall still, actually. If you look on the map, you are actually at this lightning tower. specifically. There's small rocky outcropping with this enormous tower of crackling lightning, this force field, and you can see it wasn't Satara herself, but one of the demons under her, like picks you up and like throws you, not like trying to harm you, but like throws you to the ground, in front of her. There's probably 4 or 5 of the demons here on this rocky outcropping next to the lightning tower, and Satara herself looks like she was like looking at the tower, but she turns around, and the demon who was carrying you says something in a language of hisses and spits. You
Feels
found
so
her.
friendly. So friendly.
Where was this again? I missed the ping.
And on this, not because of the roll, but this is when you are discovering that your status with the demons has dropped from a +3 to a +2.
Damn it!
Why did you do this?
So if someone wants to update that.
I got you.
Oh, I think I
Are they
actually...
still 3 week? Are they still?
Yes,
in
they haven't had the
roll?
opportunity to increase their thing yet. And I think I increased Lord Skurlock's
can find
tier,
him
but
now.
that was a mistake. Lord Skurlock should not be tier 4, so I lowered it back to tier 3 just now. Okay.
We also got to have a long discussion about what is ghost rabies.
You are not harmed, by the way. Not in any serious way, other than like level 0 harm bruises.
Very cold.
And friendship.
You're also
Your
completely
friendship.
wet. You're sopping wet.
So, friendship has been bruised. You're on an island.
In the
By
middle.
yourself.
Yes.
No ability to, get back anywhere.
Yes.
Okay, I guess I'll stand up as shakily / trying to be calmly as I can and
Yeah.
say something along the lines of, I'm sorry I didn't realize I was trying to get a hold of you at a bad time.
She
Should
looks at
I
you.
come back later?
You have already bothered me enough, Adric Karstus. Speak.
All right. I just wanted to let you know that when we were fighting the Spirit Wardens at their mansion, I destroyed a hull that was specifically adapted to hunt in the water, to hunt you. My associate collected some of the information about where they were being made, and we've done some preliminary scouting of the place, and I was wondering if it might not be in both of our best interests to destroy this place before they create and provide the Spirit Wardens with any more weapons that are specifically made to be used against you. And he's a little nervous on this one.
She steps a bit closer to you. She probably has like the creepy double blinking eyelids. Like she has a translucent layer over her eyes that close just before the regular eyelids close as she blinks.
Like an alligator.
Yeah.
Good.
And then she says, "You're offering this free of charge. What is in it for you? I know you're kind."
I don't like holes. We're gonna go with that.
Damn robots.
She
Hey,
smiles.
taking my killing job.
Yeah, she smiles, spreading her shark-like teeth just a bit too wide. And then she says, "Amusing. Nonetheless, we don't need to kill hulls anymore. Spirit Wardens have been driven off, and we have other matters to attend to."
The Spirit Wardens will come back, and we don't know that these holes were only being provided by the Spirit Wardens. It's being run by a third party.
They'll be back and in greater numbers.
Okay. Make... I think this is where we'll make our roll to convince us.
If there is right before the roll, I do have one more bargaining chip that I'd like to chuck on the table.
Sure.
Despite this being beneficial for you, I'm not asking you to do something for me with nothing in return. If there are any little favors I can do for you on land, I would be happy to assist. I just want Yeah.
She looks like she was about to dismiss you, and then she stops as if something occurs to her. And then she says, "Yes." The Sparkwrights, they're probably the one building the husks, aren't they? The hulls. Sorry, I said husks.
Just trying to remember if we actually knew that.
It is.
Yes.
At
We
least
do,
it's
yeah.
they own the warehouse. Yeah.
In which case, yes, they are.
She stops. She pauses. She thinks. She says some more things in her demonic language to the others, who respond back. And then she grins, like someone who's just found prey. She says, "I don't even think I'm even going to ask for a roll. Now that she knows a way that she wants to do this for herself." And she says, "Tell us where it is, and we will take care of it for you."
You know, that's all I wanted. And so even though I'm getting really uneasy feelings about this, I will absolutely give her that location.
Okay. Excellent.
I don't know what I've just done.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Demons attack Sparkwright manufacturing.
I just have to ask: is the demonic language? Do they sound like Murlocs?
I'm just imagining this horrifying.
They sound more like a chorus
Oh.
of snakes. But yes, we can imagine. Everyone says they sound like Murlocs to make them seem less scary.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think that Satara says, "Well, if you're quite done here." And she looks at the demon who brought you here, and they you can't tell if it's like, "You better leave," firmly grasp, or if they're just strong enough that this is their casual grasp of your shoulder. Like, "I can take you back now."
I kind of tense and then do whatever it is we need to get back there, because there is no way I can in the middle of the island.
Cool.
There's no cell phones.
Yeah. They drag you back into the water, and then we just see the camera cut to the empty room with the basin. The door, I assume, unless you close it, is still open. And you're just like thrown from the basin and land on the floor.
Do we go back to +3?
No.
Damn.
The +3 was not a result of this. The +2, it was a result of faction shenanigans. But yeah. You have arrived. You're sopping wet, but unharmed.
Ugh, I'm not going to find spare clothing anywhere. I do not appreciate dropping out of this house sopping wet.
You could
I
wait
have-
hours until you're dry.
Yeah, hours in the... That seems more impolite than wandering upstairs wet.
It's also not entirely safe to just stay for hours in Lord Skurlock's house.
Sherlock's house? Yeah. No, I guess I'll wait at least a little bit, try and wring out some stuff so I'm not actively dripping on the carpets. And, head on out to give my best wishes to Skurlock and my thanks for letting to use the thing and leave. As well as my apologies for the puddles.
He
Never
grins
get
when
the
you
water
say
spots
that.
out of the Eruvian carpets.
And he says, "Oh, don't worry about that. I've grown used to it."
It's not
Yeah.
blood.
It's not blood, and he consorts with the water demon. You gotta get used to the puddles.
Yeah. Puddles dry out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you and leave, because
Yep.
I have no idea who any of these people are.
Yeah, and the other woman who's sitting there next to him doesn't say a word either time.
Yeah, alright.
Cool.
That did not actually use a downtime action, but
Nope,
hey, I got
it
one
didn't
out of
actually use one. You didn't. Well, it wasn't a thing that makes sense to have taken time. It's one quick meeting, and not that you know it, but she has reasons to do that.
She probably wants those lightning barriers down.
Maybe, maybe not.
I don't care. The holes are going to be gone soon.
What if
Holes
we
are
eat the
gone,
holes
but we
like
have
the
absolutely
demons?
no protection from the Deathlands anymore. Whatever.
Holes, lightning barriers that protect us from evil.
I have my own priorities.
True.
Patrick
Okay.
is making an omelet.
You just have to crack a few heads. I mean, eggs. Eggs.
Yep. All right.
Look, I was trying to do this without cracking heads. I went in and I talked. Isn't that what you're trying to teach me?
Right, but the demons consider our heads eggs.
All right. Do you still want to do a downtime action, or do you want to come back, Marissa? We'll come back to you.
If all of them turn into mini scenes, I'd say come back to me. I've got a couple of things, but I'm a little worried that they all will turn into.
If they're all like, if they're not things that would, if you like, I go and talk to this person one time, they might.
I think I'm finally gonna fix my level 1 harms. Oh, I'm
good.
going to my friend because Grind's gone. I'm going to Melvir because I'm sure she probably wants to talk to me about something.
Yes. I don't think Melvir is home when you first get there. I think you probably have to wait for a while for her to get back. I think she gets back home. She looks much like herself. She says, "Oh, Zaid, it's good to see you. You're in Zaid, like you're not in the
Yeah.
Phoenix. Okay.
He probably has a hood up because there's probably wanted posters around.
Yeah, because there's both of your
Yeah.
personas are wanted right now.
Hmm. Hey Mel.
Come in. Yeah, she unlocks the door and lets you inside. She isn't carrying anything. Like, it doesn't look like she was like grocery shopping or anything, so she isn't putting stuff away. But she starts making tea. How have you been?
You know, criminal.
I noticed the posters. Looks like you're. Is that moving up?
No.
Hmm.
Kind of plan sort of went the wrong way. But, you know, such is the life. And I'm just unwrapping my arms, and there's still glass embedded in my arms
Yeah.
from when I went to Skurlock's. And there's like, it's like scarred over now, but it's still like I haven't been taking care of it. Like,
Yeah,
knife wound
so
in my arm.
she's like, "Oh, well, that's how it is," and she's saying, "Oh, that's how it is," when like she turns around
then
holding
the
the tea,
smell
and then she
hits.
she drops the tea on the ground, like, "What?"
That's
Oh, I just-
gangrene.
I just need these taken care of. You know,
He's like,
they don't
"Ah."
hurt. It's just they're a little annoying. I
How
pull a
did-
piece of glass out, throw it.
She looks like there's a lot she wants to say, but let's see if it's easy to clean up. Let's see if she says, "You're lucky that nothing set in," or "Oh no, something set in," depending on how her
Yeah.
roll goes. 2 dice
Well,
for her
plus
treating
one
you.
from Zen's thing.
Yes, everyone in your crew.
That's only if I do it.
It's only if you do
I thought it was.
I thought it was
plus one
all
to
healing.
All healing rolls.
Everyone in your crew gets +1 to their healing treatment rolls, but I think it makes sense that I would have to be there if I'm the physiker.
It's your ability, so
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
2 dice.
All right, I'll roll it. Damn, I thought I was getting 3. Otherwise, I would just waited for you. Oh well.
Let's see what she says.
Healing.
Okay, so 2 ticks. She starts like, I think she says, I think it is you're lucky nothing set in. Basically, I don't think anything did set in, but She tells you, like, don't ever wait this long again. You have to get treatment immediately. You're very lucky
I got
infection didn't set
busy.
in. You could have died again.
Well, I mean, I did talk to someone about that.
Who? Like, she's bandaging up
Um,
right now. She's taking out all the glass.
Well, the first person I talked to was Lord Skurlock. He had a lot of questions. And then I went to some lady named Ariana the Blessed to ask about that person you told me about.
I think she knows Ariana the Blessed, if I'm not mistaken. Or was
I
that
don't know.
Grine? Was it someone else who directed you to her? Or do you know Ariana directly? Because you spoke with Ariana Grine.
Did I?
In your, I thought you did too. In your grief about Syrah.
No, that was Melista.
Melissa. Okay, then I'm just mixing people up. Okay. Then she listens. She says, "That's big secret that you're telling people about."
Well, one of them's a stay-at-home noble that doesn't go out anymore, and the other one's a priest. So I think they got like that, confessional.
Even I know the rumors about Lord Skurlock, and don't tell me they're all false. Not after what's happened with you.
Okay, yeah, he's a vampire.
Yeah, she like stops. She stops working for like a few seconds and then resumes bandaging.
This glass is from his window.
You broke his window?
I mean, it was either that or get caught by the spirit wardens and ghosts. I think Zayd just like tells her
You
all the
live
things
an
he did.
exciting life, Zayd.
Yeah, now my sister's a vampire. Like he just
This
lays it all out.
everything.
Yeah, he airs his
Yeah.
dirty laundry.
I think she at one point like finishes bandaging you, realized that you still have a lot more to say, so she like
Pours me some
does
tea.
another layer of bandages so that she keeps treating you while this is happening.
I'm gonna spend a coin for those bandages to have her roll again.
Oh, okay, so then she'll actually, yeah, you just stay the whole time until she treats you twice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. I'll just do this again. Number of dice 2. I'll do emotional healing.
Yes.
Hey.
There
All
we
right,
go.
my clock fills.
Woo! You finally have your glass shards removed.
The glass shards and the knife wound from Adric's knife.
Yep, those are now finally
Like, I've been
treated.
just sat around hurt for far too long.
Well, because level 1 harm doesn't do anything to me, so I didn't have to.
Yeah,
do
it's like,
anything
it's
about
again
it.
like Batman. It's just like,
No.
oh, well, I guess
Yeah.
I just walk it off.
Wait,
Yeah.
am I misunderstanding? I thought the healing clock only did one injury.
No, but both of them
All-
aren't level 1, so it knocks all of
No,
them
it
down.
isn't. It's
It
not
knocks
one injury.
every injury down one.
Every injury goes down by one.
Oh, then I'm done because I was doing them individually, so mine are gone.
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, you guys are doing pretty well. So I think there's like a few during this whole thing. There's a few things she asks. She asks what the guy with the iguana, how he is doing, and if you could give her.
Oh, he shot me.
Haven't seen him since.
I haven't seen him since. Once you get shot by someone, you tend to leave him alone.
Random reports of some guy crawling on walls, sticking out his tongue at people in windows.
Yeah, if you hear about someone like doing what I do, but as an iguana man, let me know. But I don't think he wants to do that.
Well, there's. So, I guess there's been some developments amongst me and some of my associates. And she probably fishes out like a pamphlet or something from her pocket, like she already had it on her, and sort of passes it to you. She says, her hand's still on it, so it's still half blocking it, but she says, if you want to check it out, there have been some developments with the thing that happened to you and the man with the iguana. Apparently, there's now a safer version of it. It's not a product or anything. But here you go.
Animorphs.
I'll take it.
Yes.
Is it like Animorphs?
No, it's not actually obvious. I think that, especially now that she sort of says this isn't a normal thing, it looks at first it's encrypted basically. It's disguised to look like a probably what would it be? Probably like a funeral home or something. Like something that's still people who are like it's still death related in some way. They wouldn't have normal funerals, but it would probably be like a marketing pamphlet for an urn shop. Get your fancy urns here. It'll might take some time to decipher it, but there's some kind of like encoded map or something like that. Directions probably.
All right, I'm writing down secret urn quest.
Perfect. She says, "Listen, if you want to head over, follow this, and head over to where it says. There's.
Did she decrypt it, or is it still encrypted?
It's still encrypted. But she says that there's a place for people like you. There's obviously not many of them, but
Is this the Hall of Justice?
no, no, it is not.
Is this Dust Wall Justice League?
No, it is not. That's what I will say. There's
really fighting the furry joke.
Gatherings. Duskwall
Or the
doesn't
furry
actually
shop. Yeah,
use
that's the
the
other question.
terms
It can go
Monday,
either
Sunday,
way.
but it's the equivalent of like every like Sunday evening there's a gathering.
Okay.
Is it Furries Anonymous?
We'll have to follow it to find out.
I'll see if I'm not big on decryption. I could give this to Grine or Hicks. I think Hicks will get more of a kick out of it, to be honest. But
They all seem like good people. They all seem like they can keep secrets. Just don't go spilling to everyone what you told me.
oh, by the way, my ex is back.
Who? And she like gets a very different like who? Like she gets a different tone.
Yeah, he just tells her like, oh, Costa, she used to be in my squad. Then she went missing, and now she's back, and she's super strong.
Super strong. How do you feel about that?
Worried, because she's also hunting the Phoenix.
Oh, that's something.
I've already had to shoot Steiner.
Should I know them too?
He used to also be in the squad.
Okay. Well, what should I do if she comes knocking?
Run.
Any other brilliant suggestions?
Let me know somehow. She fought Adric one-on-one and held her ground.
I don't think I've ever met Melvir.
Yeah,
No, I
you
think
haven't
you
been
went-
there. You have your own doctor.
I stole from Stasia.
And stole
yeah.
from Stasia, yeah. So
I
She-
told
I'm
her
sure
about
by
it.
I think
by
by
this
now
point
she's
you've
heard about
unburdened
him.
yourself around about the
Yeah,
crew
she's-
to Melvir. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, she lives in Char Hollow. She heard like Adric's strong as fuck.
yeah. This like scary, super tough kid. So she's raises her eyebrow at that, and it's like, okay, I'll see about getting something that can protect me. Then, I don't think running's an option.
Yeah, they're snipers. That was probably a bad idea for me to give you.
All right. Well, it was nice to see you, Sade.
Yeah,
You
good-
probably
good-
have
thanks
things
for
to
the-
do.
Yeah, I gotta rob a train. Just walk out.
She
It's like he doesn't know what to talk to her about, so he just says, "Here's all the criminal shit I'm
everything.
doing."
Yeah. All right. She doesn't. I
Dave
think she
doesn't do small
intentionally
talk.
just doesn't respond to that one.
Yeah,
And then
like the door closes, he goes, "Stupid, stupid, stupid."
perfect. Okay. You're healed.
Yeah, I'm ready to get hurt again.
Yes. Hicks,
Yo.
what are you up to?
Well, Hicks is the only one who cares about anyone else in this crew, apparently. So he's gonna go do something about the missing random person we have.
That's fair.
Apparently, it's my job to find our people. Everyone else has.
I mean,
You're HR, homie.
Grind would help you with that. Like if you made it known. If you want to go do that together, we can.
I don't even know what to do to find this person. Is the other thing.
I think I'll make this a long-term project, but like not a big one. This will probably just be
4 o'clock?
thinking. I'm thinking a 6 o'clock actually.
Okay. Well, I think the first step
You'll get
Is
information along the way, but you'll find
Um,
him and know where he is.
sending out the idiot patrol to just canvass the area. If you tried looking, because that's the first step. But they said,
Yeah,
hey,
who's missing? Have you tried looking for him? Oh, I
You
suppose
tried
we
looking
should.
for him, and the answer is no.
Is that
Yeah.
what we want to do with our goons for the downtime?
I think so.
Just
I
have them
think
do
the
that?
first step is have them canvass,
Have
and
them
when
do
they
it.
come back with nothing, then Hicks will take further action to address it. But I think step one is send the goons out to canvass the area.
All right.
Go ask if anyone's seen him. As he just kicks it out the go.
All right. So they are not skulks, so they don't actually have a
They're
special.
not good at this. This is
They're not good
their
at this.
job.
This will be
They're good at beating people up.
yes. So let me
Yeah.
check with cohorts if they. I might just give them 1 die. I'll check. If it'll just be your tier -1.
I mean, you could have them
Handouts.
go out and threaten people.
Where is he? What did you do to him? I'm just a random civilian. I know you have him.
They won't go out and threaten people for information about this.
They are principled, so they won't
Yeah.
threaten their own. They won't because it happened in your turf. They won't threaten the people that are supposed to be under your control.
Yeah, it's different if you're sending them to like rough up people,
Other
like,
people,
yeah,
non-union
intentionally,
members.
but sending them generally out to just threaten the public, they're not going to do that.
Go be menacing about it.
I swear I don't know anything. Swear to me.
Yeah. So I think this will just be. Here we go. Gang is a type. I think it'll just be 1 die.
Fine. -1 die. Okay.
6.
Oh.
That's a fix.
That's still a 6. It's,
How did I roll 2 dice?
I don't know. We just have to take the first one.
Yeah, just take the first one.
Yeah, I hit. It doesn't show the roll. I said like
It might be a
-1
minimum of
there.
0.
Because they're
Oh.
elite, it adds the second die in.
Oh. It assumes because everything is elite, and that's
Yeah.
Because I think our tier is 2, right? So
Yeah.
elite would make it +1, and you clicked -1, so that's why it's rolling 2.
yeah.
They
That's still
are
a 6
elite
though.
thugs, though.
They are, but I think that only applies to the thugging.
Thugging.
I'll take a look at it.
I don't
As we
know.
move
Either
forward.
way, the
Also-
first dice of the 6 are general use goons went out.
Yeah,
to
you
go
still got a
talk.
6, so you got 3 ticks on the 6 o'clock. They went out and they talked. After a few, probably a few hours, they report back like this. They have found out. They've interviewed eyewitnesses, and they found out that Talker was last seen with a girl. People assumed she was a prostitute of some kind because she was very beautiful. But then they described the blonde hair and green eyes of Jade Eyes. But here's the thing. Other eyewitnesses shortly, like later, said they saw that same woman, the different people. They didn't realize it was the same thing, but your gang now does, and you do. She was seen limping out of the district alone and refusing help from people, from like some of the people who tried to help her.
Okay, so there was something happened here, and
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And that's what they found out so far.
So do we know where? It said there was some alley he ripped.
It was, yeah, I think, yeah.
Do we have like a location of some alley she lived out of, or
Like where she lives,
no?
or where they were
Where
seen.
people like saw, like some. You said someone saw her like limping out of somewhere, or they saw her and
Yeah, they saw
the
her
guy
limping
who
out of
worked.
the district in general, but out
Okay.
of like this area. But yes, you know where like what part of your turf. And I think it was probably an alley that, seeming to be a prostitute, she like dragged him into.
Yeah, I think we should probably check that alley to see if there's a body or something in there. God, I'm not good at this.
That's fair. Um, let's. Are you going yourself then? Are you bringing the gang with you?
Trying to figure out how to survey this situation. You could just straight up survey a situation
Yeah,
to.
you can just go there and look around at that survey, or like do it
Yeah.
from a
So
safe place.
I think that's the move. Is Hicks grabbing one of the goons who was in charge of controlling information
Mhm.
and doing a little tour around the turf of just double checking everything, trying to put all the pieces together. Because Hicks does not know how to deal with all of the. Grind told us. Did Grind tell us about the? What is? I'm trying to disseminate exactly what's going on with the group.
What did Grind tell you about what?
The
Exactly.
vampire plan is the vampire plan in character
no.
knowledge.
He's told no one.
He's told no one. Okay, so that's just out of character knowledge. It's making it very hard to work around. Yep. If Grind wanted to come on this person finding mission, you're probably the person Hicks would ask for CSI help to track down the person, mostly because the Phoenix seems busy with Phoenix shenanigans at any given moment.
Yeah, he definitely would go along if one of our crew is missing. It's not good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the plan is to survey the area to try to find do the CSI sweep of all the locations mentioned to see if we can find anything that can help point to this person.
So just
Fair.
roll the downtime.
Yeah, so for the second downtime action, I'm gonna work
Okay.
on this project I didn't want to have to work on.
All right.
If I'm helping, do I spend stress here?
You don't
or
have
is it just
to for this one because it's a downtime.
Yeah, it's
So
the
just being
downtime one, so
there.
there's no position, no effect, one bonus die because I have a friend with me.
Yep.
And then I roll survey. I got
6.
6.
Okay. Cool. So looking around, you see, when you enter this alley, you realize that there are many footprints in this alley specifically. Like there was a whole group of people here. Um, there is blood in the alley, and it looks like there's like almost a trail that leads into a house, like one of the houses in your turf. Um, as you are about to investigate further, um, a woman calls, older, in her like probably mid-50s. She says, I don't think it'll be a specific scene, but she basically calls and asks you if you're investigating the disappearance of a person, but she doesn't say talker. She says someone else. And she almost asked it in a way where she was presuming that that's what you were doing. And then when you question her about it, you effectively find out that there have been a few different disappearances just over the last couple of days that are now starting to be long enough to be suspicious in a place like Duskwall. You follow the like it's a safe, like it's not a hostile building. It's just a normal building, probably that you've even maybe been in before when preparing for the thing. The blood trail.
How
Down
blood traily is this? Is this like
minor.
arterial spray, or is it just like, oh, bloody handprint, a couple drops of blood on the floor, kind of
The
thing?
latter. Like not a lot.
Okay.
You follow them downstairs into like the basement level of this house. And it looks like you see a tunnel that looks like it has been something, it like was dug out recently from the other side. Like it wasn't dug, the tunnel was not dug from this room, it was dug into this room. It looks small and cramped. And we're gonna transition into free play here. No, I don't. No, actually, I'm wrong. We're not gonna transition into free play.
What's the name of the clock that was filled? Just to find.
It's to know where he is. It's to find him, not to specifically like get to him. But there's a body here in the basement as well. It's not Talker's. As you look it over, it is completely naked and emaciated. And it looks like you probably notice what's your gang normally armed with? Do they have like do they all use the same type of weapons?
They're not usually like armed people.
Okay, so they don't usually have weapons at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're not. They don't walk around.
No.
They're elite thugs.
I don't think there's any way I'm letting them walk around unarmed.
I'd like
probably
to
like
think
a cudgel and a shitty pistol, you know?
I like to think they brought their own weapons with them. So like the old lamp black still have their like lamp lighting things. It's sort of like, yeah.
More small arms if they have something. So it's like, yes, a shitty pistol if they want to carry a shitty pistol, but and like a baton.
There is an axe buried in this corpse's neck.
Cool.
So
it actually like rips the axe out. It's like
Yep. Yeah, and the body is naked and emaciated, like it's been.
I mean,
like it almost looks almost mummy-like.
If we're in free play, I can use my physicker to study the corpse.
Okay.
Yeah, Hicks is
probably
gonna
a good idea. Yeah, so I can. Do I have to use study for that, or is it tinker? I gotta look. Hang on. I think it's study.
I think it's study. You're not trying to change it or tinker with it. You're just trying to learn about it.
Yeah, it's just the first thing is you can tinker with blood, bones, and bodily humors. So I just want to make sure.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's study, but this character sheet doesn't bold things. So here we go. Physicker. You may study. Yes, it's study.
Okay. And as a remnant of filling the clock, your crewmate seems like he might still be alive, and he is through that tunnel.
Okay, so we know where he is.
Yes.
Take a look at this. Is this, since it's free play, what am I looking at here? Like
controlled? No, it'll be risky.
Work the study combination.
Yeah, if you want, if you want
out
to,
the axe. I have a dot, so I can.
Yeah, I'll lead.
Participate, right? Yeah, Hicks will check out the axe and or the surroundings.
No,
With a
this will be
stunner.
controlled. This will be
Yeah, with a stunner.
controlled, and I think this will be limited effect by default.
Controlled limited. All right. Limited by default.
Um,
Do I have? Would you consider tinkering tools to be also medical tools, since I tinker to do medicine?
This
um,
build
I would
really
not
insane.
consider it for the purposes of studying this. No.
Now, here's a question. I forget this every single time. When do I get load back?
At the
Load comes
beginning of a
back when we
score?
pick the next load.
We pick
Yeah.
the next load. All right. I didn't use any of my light load from last time.
Do you still have your light load then? Yeah, to
Yes.
use.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can I reach into my pocket and pull out an arcade implement of a shiny rock
Absolutely.
that charges a different hue if there was magic there? It's just like
It's just a
magic,
rock
like
of detect magic.
It's a Geiger counter for magical bullshit.
Cool. Okay.
Does
All
that
right.
change our position at all? Can I use that to help the
You can
effect?
change that effect. Yeah. So up to standard effect.
Sick. I mean, arcade implement's a thing. We've never used it.
Yep.
Yep. I'm trying to figure out what the hell would be medical tools then.
I think it is
It's
tinkering.
wouldn't. Yeah, I thought it would be tinkering. It's
That's
just
what
that,
I asked. If
Oh.
tinkering tools would be medicine tools.
Oh, I would say yes for medicine tools.
Okay.
Yes, it's just that you're studying, so it wouldn't be applicable to this one. Is what I was thinking.
To like cut open the body, do like a brief little autopsy to like scrape under fingernails.
The
Yeah, to like
biology student is
CSI.
right.
Yeah, CSI it.
Okay, if that's how in depth we're going, then yeah, sure.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I'm up to standard as well. All right.
Grind has to take off his glasses though before the punchline.
That's a 6.
That's a
I'm sorry
6.
about the stress.
Yeah,
The 6
I'll
helps.
take one stress and get a 6.
It's just Hicks rubbing the rock on the body. It's like, I'm trying to do something.
All right.
That's
So
just a rock. What are you doing? You found that in the alley.
this thing here is clearly, I think, once you open it up, it's been dead for probably years, maybe more like tens of years. It is
Okay, so
it
the
is
emaciated is like rot. It's not like someone was starved to death and then had them.
no, it's definitely
axe put in.
rot.
Okay.
And the smell once you open it up confirms it. This creature, if it is a new addition, and it seems like it is, given that the blood and stuff from the axe is fresh, this thing was a hollow.
Hollow?
So that's the
Yeah,
opposite of a vampire. It's just
It is
body
a
without
soulless
soul.
Yeah, it's a-
human.
It's a living body without a soul?
It is a living body without a soul. Was a living body without a soul.
Human, then turned whole,
Yes.
then turned.
You also learn, while this is not true for all hollows, some, I think, I don't know if this is actually Hicks's thing helping it or Grine managed to find it a different way. Some kind of additional magic has been done to this hollow. On the inside of its body are different runes and enchantments that are not visible from the outside. They would stop this thing from dying under most circumstances unless, like, head separated from body. Which it was, and it did die. But if you, like, cut off its arm, it won't care. Or things like that.
We're dealing with zombies, boys.
So since in the Ruvian playbooks I know ghouls are a thing, is there a difference between a hollow and a ghoul?
We have a handout, I think, for this, actually.
Page 10.
Oh,
The setting
Wait, what page?
and
210.
the Unquiet Dead. So a ghoul actually isn't mentioned in the base book's spectral terminology, but like everything else is. A hollow is a living body without a spirit, usually dim-witted and easily controlled. So many hollows are not typically zombies. They still have they still have some manner of intelligence. They're just dim-witted and easily controlled. They're dull. This thing is much more like a zombie than an ordinary hollow.
Okay. And you said that the axe was
It
only
it
went
was,
into the neck.
No, it was like nearly headless Nick, basically.
Okay,
Like
well,
it wasn't.
then
That is how this thing died.
I think I've Hicks. May I see that axe quickly, please?
I present the axe.
Yeah, just gonna
Finish it off.
completely remove. Yeah,
Cool. Yep. Everything's fine there.
Yeah, I think this way. Yeah.
I reach for the axe back, like.
Yeah, give it back. A little black ichor like falling off the blade. Sure.
Does this axe have look special at all, or is it just an axe?
It's regular axe. It was probably grabbed from the basement itself somewhere. It actually
It's
looks
not
very
like a
rusted.
single stompy beheading rune on
Nope.
it.
It's rusted and might
See, if
actually
Hick
break
knew
if swung too
Any
hard.
magic, that would be what I'd want, but I don't, so we're going.
Going into the tunnel?
I mean, why not? Honestly, how dark is
Yeah.
it? A scale of dark to super dark.
Very dark. There's no light at all.
No
We
light.
have a thug with us. Yeah.
Did you bring anyone else with you?
Sure, probably. Yeah, no, we did. We explicitly brought a goon.
Yes.
Okay.
So we now have a torchbearer.
I say, yeah, get out that company issue headlamp. And
Yeah, the oil
Lighting
lamp from the Lamp Lighters Guild.
Dark Dust Bowl. It would make sense.
Yep. I assume they're in front.
Ah, how wide is this tunnel?
Single file.
Being that neither
Like,
of us are
You
fighters,
have to
yeah,
turn
they're in
sideways
front.
to squeeze through
Yeah.
it, levels of single file.
Yeah,
I like to
think that-
imagine.
Come on, we're gonna go find. We gotta go find Talker. He's down the hallway.
I imagine
Okay.
Adric and Zayd are just back home sipping tea. Like, I wonder where did they go? Oh,
I thought they were here.
I
Yeah.
thought they were here. They might be out doing nerd stuff.
So, as you scrape closer, the tunnel's probably about 10 feet wide, but you have to like shuffle sideways through it, so that takes a bit to go through. But as you get closer, the gang member, the thug, stops. He says, "Do you hear that?" And you do.
Don't say that thing. Keep
There's
going.
the soft, semi-familiar chanting up ahead from
Oh,
many
this is
like the
voices.
same
chanting.
chanting that
Oh.
the ghosts were doing before.
Yes,
All right.
but it almost seems like there might be more voices than before.
Of course there are. Oh.
And I think the thug himself stops, and he's like, should we go back and get the others?"
I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
Literally, the two people who can attune are back at the base.
Yeah, Adric is that.
Hicks, this might be beyond our abilities to fix right now.
On the other side, on the front, yeah, the guy's like,
So I turn to Brian. It's like, do you still have the ghost spray bomb thing you do? Well, kind of-
Yeah, that takes a minute, and I mean,
I think, does it work
Based
against
on-
everything? Is it ghosts and the supernatural, or is it just ghosts that it works on?
it's just spirits. Just
Okay.
spirits. Based on where we're going with this, would it seem like this is the only way in? Like, based on what we know about how Duskwall is constructed,
Oh,
would we assume
Why
that this is a
don't you
one-way?
want to? You
While-
can survey if you would like
while
to.
standing in that hallway, Hicks reaches in his coat pocket and pulls out blueprints of the district.
Okay.
One of my items is blueprints.
One of your items to get potency on the survey, then, or are you studying the blueprints directly?
Well, I'm trying to compare where we are to where the blueprints are.
Okay.
To determine as to whether this is the only way in and or out.
Okay. Let's study those blueprints.
I can do that.
We work
Hicks-
together. I still only have one die.
Yeah, we'll team.
We'll look at it together. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you probably have to you can probably barely pass it between you two, and if you're still in the middle of the tunnel.
Just grab the thug's head and turn him and point him at the thing
Yeah,
so we
the-
get light on it.
Yeah. Okay. This will be risky. And this will be, I think, standard.
All right.
Risky standard.
Yep.
No bonus die.
Nope. That's fail for me.
Fail.
Oh no.
Do I take
Ouch.
stress, I guess, or are you leading it?
I mean, how much stress you got?
I'll take the 2. I only have 1.
Okay.
So while so I don't think while he's holding the lantern over the thing, something grabs your crew member from the other end of the tunnel and just pulls him. He drops the lantern. He's like, no! And then it's like horror movie-esque, quickly silenced. And those you hear like
The lantern
movement
crash
of
goes out.
things moving past the dark. Like you don't see it. The light is lighting up just like part of the tunnel, but you don't see anything yet. But there's signs of movement, and this like chanting is much closer, and it doesn't seem like ghostly chanting. It seems like voices are just saying this. Dozens of them, just past the tunnel.
Hicks is gonna turn to Grind and say, "Let's, we
Run.
should go."
Yeah. And as you start like as quickly as you can shuffling your way in,
Shuffle.
you
out
see
of the
that
hallway.
you see the desiccated hands of another pair of desiccated hands starts working its way, and this like almost too thin corpse, it still has to squeeze, but it is able to walk straight forward because
So there's a zombie coming after us.
Okay.
you are. I don't think you're actually at risk if you run now.
Okay.
We just lose a thug.
Because it is still slow. It moves about as fast as you guys do.
We're down 2 thugs.
But you lost a thug again. You get outside. You get to the edge of the tunnel. You're both outside. It's like squeezing towards you, and you see there's like a few others behind it. What do you do? Do you just like leave it? Do you?
I will wreck the tunnel and we will run.
Yeah,
I will wreck-
I
Cool.
would
wreck
also
it with fire oil.
tunnel with grenade. I use grenade on tunnel.
I don't think a normal grenade, would actually collapse the stone. But
No, I'm
You can wreck the
using
tunnel.
fire
Yeah.
and explosions to stop them from
yeah,
advancing.
okay. Let's see that in action.
Don't we have like isn't there a sticky goo option?
I mean, yeah, we can throw binding oil down. Basically,
Ooh.
like
That
we can
block
glue
it.
trap
Yeah, glue
them.
the first person there, and the others couldn't get past it.
I pull out my bandolier and I glue trap, and let's group wreck this tunnel to make it
Yep.
impassable.
Okay,
Works
this
for
is
me.
risky. This is standard. Standard? No, this is limited.
Even if limited?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a narrow tunnel and we're using
I know
glue?
specifically why it is limited.
Okay.
Use fine wrecking tools.
Out of space for 5
I can-
wrecking tools.
I can use fine wrecking tools. Let's see what we got in here. Yeah, I think that would work. Probably to collapse the tunnel. Yeah, if you want to use the glue, I'll just collapse the tunnel.
All right, yeah, glue, combination of collapsing rocks and a couple bottles of binding oil.
Okay. Let's see how this
And that'll
goes.
bring it up to standard, at least for me. I don't know if we
Yeah.
share in that or not.
I'll see. I'll probably do a mixture. I'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Highest result is still usually better.
That's a 5 for me.
Nice. And Hicks?
That's a
That's
5.
the same roll.
Okay. So I think oh, what do we see? I think yeah. You throw the binding oil down. And like the first creature does get stuck and it's like trying to move towards you, and it's looks like it can't move anymore. But it's still trying to pull itself towards you. The others, though, they turn back, which is unusual for at least our understanding of zombies. They start retreating as you start collapsing the tunnel. As it's like about to collapse, the zombie that you have bound to the ground rips its feet off of its legs and lunges towards you guys. And it's out there. It is right at your feet, legless, or actually feetless, and trying to attack you. We're now in a desperate position. But the tunnel is sealed.
So, can I just leave? Do we have to do anything? Can we just leave?
It's
if we're
right
in a
there.
desperate position, we probably
No, you cannot just or at least you cannot easily just leave. You're in a desperate position. It's trying to attack you. This singular creature.
Fire oil.
When I say it's at its feet, what I mean
is
is it's like right at your feet. It is in
it's like
kicking
grabbing
distance.
Our ankles about to bite us.
Yes.
Like...
Actually, I would say it has grabbed your ankles.
Yeah.
Fight skills. Can I?
Got a dot and skirmish. So,
Can I?
Killed by one disabled zombie, 2-player characters.
Can I somersault my way out of this situation?
Yes, you can. Prowl includes maneuvering, so you could literally just get free and run.
I would like to double tap O to barrel to just move into the roll frame as I roll out the door.
Spam dodge.
We will in tandem. We will prowl with each other and use each other to throw.
Get. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Jordan.
Since I have already said that Zayd typically sets up in the sniper tower, can I have heard the explosion that happened?
Was it an explosion that you used to collapse then?
No, it would have been.
Or you just
collapse the wrecking tools? It would have been like a
sledgehammer,
a spark cutter, torch, or a sledgehammer, powerful drill.
So it's collapsing
that
rock.
kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
All right. So teamwork, prowl, desperate,
teamwork, prowl,
standard. I think if you get away from it, you're away from it because it can't chase you much.
And I'll lead this one.
All right. Let's just roll. That's 6.
Hey,
okay.
Go for the crit.
Oh,
that's 5.
So
it works.
It works.
Yeah, you're able to kick it away from you, but you get away. You close the door. You lock the door. It can't even go up the stairs, honestly, out of the basement. So
yeah, for good measure, Hicks uses another bottle of binding oil on the door. Nope, it's not coming.
Perfect. And it is quiet now.
Back in the carriage, back home. Let's go.
Yep, let's
you guys actually aren't far from your HQ.
A block.
No, carriage is faster. Let's go.
You whistle for the carriage, drives down a block.
Yeah, you whistle for the carriage, and you see it pull out. You just watch it pull out, and then drive over to you, and then turn around. Okay, you're back at base.
So how'd your guys' day go?
There's zombies about a block away.
Yep. Zombies.
And I have a feeling they are being commanded by some kind of cult. There was chanting.
It's pretty much a dead giveaway. Yeah. The ritualistic chanting.
Oh. Well, did you handle it?
Yes. No. Maybe.
As well as we could, yeah.
Yes. To the best of our ability.
Not really our forte, you understand.
Can it wait until after the train heist? Or do we have to deal with it now?
Currently underneath us somewhere.
Is there any more of the morning shift in this building?
And we've lost 2 of our morning shift as well. Talker and what was the other one's name? I always forget. There's always the silent one in
Blocker.
the back.
I think it's Greg. I think his name's
Talker
Greg.
and Greg.
Great HQ.
Perfect.
Just to let you guys know, I'm
I didn't hear what you said, Marissa.
probably not there.
Okay.
Oh. Well,
But yeah, it's
Well,
bad.
we have to go. I think the what's his name?
Henner.
Henner. Yeah, he's there. It's like, well, we have to go rescue them. Obviously.
No,
we
I
have
think
to
it was
do-
a better use of your time to write a condolence letter to their families.
But what we have to do, A, is nothing. But what we will do is contact our new friends of the magic cult to deal with this secondary magic cult.
we have a magic cult.
Oh, we don't.
The
but,
vultures.
Listen,
I was
I-
thinking the unseen.
Oh.
I'm not
This seems to
one
be their
to say a
job.
lot, but they're our people. Didn't?
Yeah,
It's our
that's why we went
responsibility.
to go looking for them.
Did you find them?
No, there was zombies.
We can kill those zombies now that
No,
we know
no,
they're
we
there.
can't. We tried.
Hannah,
What?
understand when this zombie came after us, we bound it to the ground. It ripped its own feet off and came after us.
Oh,
I think
It's they're motivated.
we contain the cult with bombs and or sticky devices. Worst case, I will gat them all in open fields. But I pull out my sniper
isn't there
rifle.
only one
This
place in Duskwall
plus
that are open
confined
fields?
spaces equals no. But these plus confined spaces equal yes.
We failed that roll, didn't we? We failed the blueprint survey.
We don't know where it is.
Yep, you don't know
Yeah,
another
that's
entrance
the
right now.
problem. Like I was like, well, we could just drop the building over them, but we don't know what building to drop.
Nope.
They're somewhere deep under the city.
So in that case, all morning shift stay away from the Undercity. And
Also,
make
stay
sure-
away from magic hookers.
I'm going to hand Henner a coin and tell him,
Okay.
go to the gondoliers, gives him this, tells him what has happened.
All right. He gets up and goes immediately.
I'm gonna try and attune and see what the spookiness is coming from.
Cool. Okay.
I
So
attune to spook.
Is our rock and hard place is whether or not the next job is go help the vultures, like we said, or deal with the zombie problem?
I mean,
Or
we
go
just need
help
the
the
gondoliers to
Scotland
go.
refugees who also asked for you, or go and do something with the Crow and Bluecoat Union. So it's
I
technically
think we
between
need-
4 rocks and or hard places.
We need to finish this hard place before we get caught in another hard place.
We're gonna
Let's
send
see
the
the attune first,
gondoliers-
though. And let,
So basically, we're hoping the gondoliers picks this up.
I mean, for a coin, they should. I would guess.
Yeah. What's the position and effect for my attuning to like try and?
I was going to ask
pinpoint-
you, are you doing it as a downtime action, or are you doing it here and now?
I was gonna do it like right now. Just
Okay.
try and like attune. Where is the spookiness most centralized?
Okay. Your position is oddly enough. No, I would say it is controlled. I don't think there's anything bad about that.
Cool.
And standard effect.
Cool. I also have. If I have my bird fly around, can I use my bird?
For greater effect?
Yes.
Sure.
Cool. So controlled great, and it's hunt. Oh no, attune.
Like we're
Sorry.
tuning.
Right. I clicked attune. Here we go. Yeah, 3 dice. I got a 5.
Okay. Cool. So, thinking about the consequences here. I think when you attune, you are going to be taking level 1 harm, as it is almost like someone turning their hearing aids on in the middle of a heavy metal concert. It is like, what's here? Oh god, there's so much. So much noise. You take, I think, level 1 harm. I think this would be
Ruptured eardrum.
ruptured spiritual eardrum. I would just say like spiritually shaken. Maybe.
Can I resist that?
You can. Like,
is that a consequence from mental strain or willpower?
It is.
Cool. I will roll resolve with 4 dice.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. No. It's so you're. It doesn't harm you. So you sense, and you're especially with the bird almost triangulating where the strongest sense of this is. It's
Our base.
Right under your base. It's not your base directly. It's something under your base is where the source of this is. You also, with your greater effect, probably, I don't think you get details about it, but you get the impression that there is a jumble, a number of these hollows. Not in the hundreds, not even more than 50. But like, it's hard to tell. It's more than like a dozen, less than 50, somewhere in between.
Is it a small gang?
No, it's not a small gang.
Would you call it a horde?
I would actually, I will just say, because I don't think we'll see the actual horde, it's not the horde, though it is something that's kind of similar. You also sense magical. There's some kind of magic in place that's probably defensive runes and enchantments in this like physical building underneath your base. There's more magic than just these creatures. It's there. And also there's probably some ghosts.
I'm so gonna smack you.
There's also probably some ghosts.
Some ghosts?
Yeah, you said you don't know how many because of how much noise there is, but in addition to the hollows, the humans without spirits, there's also ghosts, which are the opposite of that.
Ghosts can't get in, though. We're good with
ghosts. Can't get into your HQ.
Yeah, so Zayd will close his eyes, like the bird will fly out for a second, and like there's a weird like fiery thing that happens, and he goes, "Oh no. Oh, it's bad."
Now, you've attuned around here before. This wasn't the case even a couple weeks ago. It's like this almost appeared or woke up.
It's like a clock filled.
It's like a clock filled. Like this building woke up and everything in it.
So I have bad news, and good news.
The
I gotta
bad
go turn
news
off a
first,
bunch of
I suppose.
So
okay, we will be okay. Let's have this, and then we'll be right back.
The bad news is there's there's about 50 of them underneath our base. Bad news number 2 is that Google is going off. Good news is there's some magical enchantments, so we're good for at least maybe one job. I don't know. That's my guess.
Oh no, let me clarify. Those enchantments are not against those things. They're against, anyone else who wants to enter this place.
I have all bad news. It's all bad news.
Yeah.
There is no good news.
The good news is you found where the place is.
The bad news is it's right underneath us, and those enchantments are meant to keep us out. So I'll write a letter to Henner, telling him all the bad news to tell the Whisper. I will attach it to Varys.
Okay, I was like, how are you getting a letter there? Okay, that's smart.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, we really need to solve this. We also really need the stuff from that train.
We need to go on break, so we will be back in a few minutes and see. Yeah. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes and see how you guys resolve all this, if you manage to.
Oh, we're resolving one of the 4 things. That's it. Just pick one.
Okay, right back.